Hey everybody, hey everybody. How is everybody doing? It's a beautiful Saturday. I don't know how beautiful it is for me though. You see my eyes? I'm so tired. I have been in bed for most of the day. Hey Martin, Tickers. I've been in bed. For some reason I'm extremely tired. I'm extremely tired today. But nevertheless I thought um let's go to TikTok. They know how to energize you. They're gonna ask you 50 million questions, and then it's gonna get all the blood flowing in your body. So I'm on TikTok to answer the 50 million questions that you guys have. So help me, tap the screen, share the live, invite your friends to come on in. We're gonna talk US immigration. Um, Somebody says it's save the trivial now. What I mean? So tap the screen, share the live, invite your friends, come on in. We're gonna talk US immigration. Everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? So if you're joining me, remember to tap the screen and invite your friends, okay? Somebody says after PIP and I-130 is approved, how long is adjustment of status taking after? I would say normal processing time anywhere from like 6 to 18 months again, right? And it really depends where you're adjusting in court or at USCIS. What's up with birthright citizenship? Well, it remains the same as now. You know, the government is trying to get rid of it. Um, right how to or in their words, they're trying to control it. Only certain people should have this benefit. They're saying, if two undocumented persons, or they say illegal, but if two undocumented persons should have a child, they're saying that child should not become a U.S. citizen. One of the parents needs to be a U.S. citizen, they're saying, or lawful permanent resident, or something of that sort. But the 14th Amendment guarantees, of the Constitution, that is, it guarantees that anyone born on U.S. soil and subject to the jurisdiction thereof is a U.S. citizen. All right. What is the latest on asylum? Very good question. So, for some time, they were not adjudicating asylum cases. They have resumed adjudicating asylum cases with even stricter vetting processes. So, they have they've resumed adjudicating these cases. A lot of people are being placed in removal proceedings because, as you know, how the process is with USCIS. If you fail at USCIS, then you get another chance at the apple where you are sent to the immigration court, okay? Any updates on the pause though? No, nothing. There are no changes on that just yet. We hope that some change will come in that area pretty soon. Someone says green card holders outside for just over a year, can they return? So green card holders should not be staying outside for over a year. They can possibly return, yes. They're going to need to return properly with maybe with a re-entry permit or something of that sort. If I were you, I'd reach out. I'd text the number above my head to see if we could get some help to get you back in. All right. All right. Somebody says, "Good afternoon. My husband married me for a green card. Can you help me?" I am so sorry that your husband married you for a green card. I don't know what type of help you're looking for. Hey, Miss Katie, baby, how are you doing? Um, can I travel locally as an asylum holder? Yes, you can. But you have to be cautious when you decide to travel. Should a green card holder spouse maintain status after I-485 is filed? A green card holder spouse, yes, you have to maintain status if you're inside the US and looking to adjust. All right, you have to maintain status. That's pretty important. What if I have 4 months child? How would I take a photo? I mean, USS is not asking you for photos anymore. So they take the photo themselves. Somebody says, hello, how long does the I-130 application take to get approved before you can file 485? If you're inside the United States, you do not have to wait until the I-130 is approved. You can file concurrently. All right, that's if you're inside the United States. Somebody says, what if status is going to expire soon, F1? So you need to change your status and go into something that can keep you in status if it's a green card or a spouse, that is, okay? I did my fingerprint for my I-45. It has been 7 weeks, no receipt. You don't get a receipt after you've done your fingerprints, all right? You don't typically get a receipt after you've done your fingerprint, all right? Any updates on the pause? No. Good evening. I'm married about 2 years now, but he got locked up. Can I still file? Yes. Is he still locked up, Dolly? Is he still locked up? I'm an IR2 visa in Ivory Coast. Okay. What about that? What is the question? Guys, remember to tap the screen and share the live. Again, we're talking U.S. immigration. Remember, tap the screen. I'm trying to go to 10K likes. Share this live with your friends. You can ask your question. Just ask it once. I will answer it for you. If you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, the number is 850-920-3475. If you have a case that you want to get working on real quick, you could reach out to us. We do accept cases like RFEs and NOIDs, even if you weren't working with us before. We do accept those types of cases, so we can help you to prepare. What can I expect at my interview? Are you already scheduled for an interview? Is it a good idea to start filing process for parents given the current? Yes. Yes, it is. You're the best. Thank you for responding. My pleasure. Can I still file I-130? Yes, guys, you still can file your I-130. Somebody says, how long USS take for VAWA? It's not VAWA I-130. So if it's VAWA, it's going to be I-360. And they're taking like 3 to 5 years right now. All right. No receipt for May VAWA applicants. Is it normal? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. I'm seeing some of them coming now. But Tino, unfortunately, it has been taking a long time with those VAWA receipt notice. But a few of them are coming right now. So just be a little bit more patient with them, okay? Does filing I-130 for my kids in Jamaica make sense? It makes all the sense. Guys, you have to remember when you're filing an I-130, especially if you're not a U.S. citizen, there's something that is called a priority date, which is important because the priority date tells when the visa becomes available. The longer you wait to file is the longer you're waiting for a visa to become available. So stop worrying about the pause that's there. There's no pause on you filing an I-130. So go ahead and file the I-130 for these people to lock in the priority date. All right, that's pretty important for you guys to pay attention to. All right, so he said he's still locked up. You think that means that you're not in communication with him? Let's talk about this. You have to strategize properly. All right, somebody says how long it takes to bring a wife. 1 to 2 years. They are the ones who issued the EAD and yet they can't verify my status. Who says they can't verify your status? What's going on with you? I'm not following. Guys, I'm going to say it one more time again. So listen, there's no update on the 75 countries and the immigrant visa pause, okay? If there's an update, we will provide it, okay? All right. Somebody says, if my son filed for me, how long will it take? He's a citizen. Okay, and are you inside or outside of the country? If you're inside of the country, it will take 6 to 18 months. If you're outside, you're looking at 1 to 2 years, right? Somebody says, so the pause doesn't affect. No, the pause doesn't affect. Okay, the pause affect filing, right? But it doesn't affect you doing the I-130 petition. It affects you when you have gotten an approved I-130 petition and you have completed everything at the NVC and now you're ready to collect that immigrant visa to come to the US. That's when the pause affects you. Tourist visa, no, you're not affected because that's a non-immigrant visa. But what is affected is when I-130 is approved and you've completed NVC process and now you're ready to get the immigrant visa. Now, a lot of the questions that people are asking is it okay to start filing the I-130 considering there's a pause? Yes, it is okay. Because you have to remember the I-130 will take anywhere from a year, sometimes even 2 years to be approved. By that time, we're hoping there's no pause anymore, right? And so that's why we're saying stop waiting or wasting time and file those I-130s, all right? Somebody says, I have my H480 and try to apply for an SSN, but the immigrant card. Okay, so that happens because the systems are not communicating sometimes. All right, the different agencies and maybe USCIS forget to update something, and so the systems are not communicating. All right, no, I'm not talking to him. I don't know where he's at now. So, all right, so how are you going to file then, Dolly? You have to find out. So, here's the thing, guys, and this is where USCIS catch a lot of you. You marry the man did something and he got arrested. Is he no longer your husband? You don't love him no more? So, okay, him get arrested. You have to find out. You're the next of kin. You should be sending money to his account. You should be going to visit him. And all of these things you should be documenting so that you can show it as a part of your case if you're going to file jointly, right? Otherwise, you explore other options. Good afternoon, guys. Thank you again for coming on. How long does it take for K1 visas? They're taking anywhere from like 6 to 9 months. I've also seen people waiting a little longer than that. All right, so just bear that in mind, okay? Somebody says, I applied for my 485 in 2002, did everything they asked. I'm just waiting and it's taking forever. All right, so that happens sometimes. And oftentimes when you follow up with them, they'll tell you, you know what, we're doing background check and investigation on the individual. So just bear that in mind. Somebody says, how long it take to renew a 10-year green card? How long it take to renew a 10-year green card? Why are you renewing a 10-year green card and why are you not applying for citizenship? Let's talk about that. Bro, I approved green card. I have travel documents. I want to travel. We have risk, people tell me. So you have a green card, you're saying, and you want to travel? Green card holders typically are allowed to travel, but if you have a criminal background, you want to be cautious. All right? Can I travel with advance parole when asylum is granted? You can. Here's the thing though, that decision to travel is going to be yours alone to make. I can't help you with that because when you come back and you go through secondary screening and you're harassed and all of those things, it's going to be you alone, not me and you. All right? I filed I-130 for my husband, but only received a case number, and it has been 1 year. And that's normal. That's totally normal. Typical, the normal processing time will take 1 to 2 years. All right. Somebody says here that husband married for a green card. What can I do? Blessings, I don't know. Your husband married you for a green card. You and your husband worked this out because you knew what your husband was marrying you for. So now that things are not working out, you're coming here to make the man look like a bad person or to make it look like a bad situation. I'm just being honest with you right now. You knew what it was in the beginning. So you want him work it out or... Because I really don't know what to tell you. Can I apply for a visiting visa for my 9-year-old? Same time when I'm doing my immigration interview? I mean, you can. Yeah, you definitely can. I'm filing for my step who lives in another state. Can I do that? You're filing for your step what? Hello, I'm Senegalese national. I applied for citizenship in Virginia in 1125. How long will it take? Citizenship typically takes like 5 to 8 months. All right. All right. All right, somebody says green card through marriage, pending asylum, withdrawn. Can you travel back to your home country? You perhaps can talk to your attorney before you make that decision to do that. All right. Somebody says, just got out of removal proceedings. I have a I-130 biometrics and medical done before 485 approved. Yeah, typically that's the process. Can I apply for a visiting visa? I did answer that already. All right, somebody says here, I'm filing for my stepchild. Yes, that's totally fine. Yes, you're fine, Jamaica. You're fine. My friend applied for asylum, social security. It took 2 months. No, no response. Um, do your friend have a work permit? Jay, is there a lot of Stoke? Yes, there are a lot of Stoke interviews at the Atlanta. Listen, Atlanta field office can be very brutal. All right, they take a long time to make decisions. They take a long time to schedule you for interview. They're pretty slow, and they're gonna want to stoke you, right? There's some officers there that are pretty nice. Others they're just you're gonna get that Stoke interview. But guess what? You just gotta be prepared. We had a case there recently, and they were well prepared, and they did a Stoke interview, and they were approved on the spot. Okay. What about the 75 countries there's not a ban on 75 countries. There's a pause on the issuance of immigrant visas. That's what that is. All right. How long does it take to get a U visa? U visa may take you anywhere from like 18 to 36 months. So when your asylum is granted, you're typically issued a new working permit under A5 category, I think. All right. Waiting on my new passport. Can I take the expired one to do the biometrics? Yes, you can. All right. I came here on the C1D visa and I'm out of status. Can my dad, a citizen, file for me? So listen, only God can help you with that C1D visa. Because, Mr. Smooth, on that C1D visa, you should not have stayed in the US. You were only allowed to transit. And now you stayed. You can't adjust status. It's as if you crossed the border. You like you're kind of placed in the same category like those people. All right. All right, guys. There's one thing I want you to do for me. Can you help me to just tap the screen, please? It doesn't cost you. Just tap the screen, please. Okay. I do not know when the pause on the 75 countries will end. All right. Can I get a U visa and a green card from my daughter? Can I get a U visa and a green card from my daughter died? I'm not understanding exactly what you're asking, Anne Marie. I'm going to send you a message. No, I have a few questions. Okay. Text the number 850-920-3475 and schedule a one-on-one chat with me. It's $97 to talk. All right. Somebody says, can I register my business? Then apply next year. Register your business and apply for what next year? Oh, like let's understand what you're saying. All right. Somebody says, I'm here on a green card. I spoke about Palestine and they are trying to deport me. Well, I'm sorry. The government is vindictive. So I'm sorry. Good evening. I heard that ICE is out of the airport. Is that true? They are not there anymore. So I'm not sure, trendy boy, because I have not traveled in a long time, and that's why I'm looking like this. You see how depressed I look? Can you help me to buy a ticket so I could travel somewhere? I wanted to go to maybe Cancun or Colombia today or this weekend. I don't know. Can you help me to buy a ticket? And then I'll scope out the airports and let you know whether or not ICE is there, and I'll come back and I'll provide you with feedback. What do you think? Somebody says he got work permit, but up to now the Social Security have not been delivered. Have you applied for it? Okay, so yes, he applied. So did he call the Social Security office to follow up? What's going on? I got an email from USCIS annual asylum fees. Yes, if you got that email, then you need to pay your annual asylum fee of $102. Okay. That's pretty important. I want to try for a visitor visa for my granddaughter, but she is in filing. Can it work? Yes. You still can apply for a visitor visa for her. Does work permit becomes invalid if marriage petition has been withdrawn? Yes. If the marriage petition has been withdrawn, then the I-45 will get denied, and then the work permit has no basis anymore. And so that will no longer be valid after 18 days. All right. Typically, you'll get that notification on your denial notice. All right. All right. Somebody says, can I register my business and apply next year and use an invitation from a U.S. citizen? You mean register what? You're applying for what, a visa? Are you seeing people with order of deportation reopening and having it removed? Yes, I've seen cases where people have orders of deportation getting their case reopened. Yes, and then they're able to pursue whatever defense that they have. All right. Somebody says, my daughter died from domestic violence here. I was the one who called the police. I got my SSN. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, um, Anne Marie. I'm so sorry to hear that. I went in for my 45 interview and I haven't heard from them yet. All right, that's fine, Grace. Typically, they say in 120 days they'll make a decision and you will hear. All right. Um, sorry. I don't even know why I'm applying for USA schools. Our problems can't let. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's the rationale of that. I don't know what benefit you get. People like Blueface, what does it benefit you to come on here and comment deport? Like, how does it benefit you though? Like, really? How long after biometrics are done does it take for you to get a work permit? So you doing your biometrics is no indication that you're gonna get your work permit. Once upon a time, we would see work permit being approved within like 2 to 3 months of you applying. Right now, the government kind of says let them wait until a year, so it's taking up to that time. Okay. I have a master hearing coming up. I don't know what other defense to give the court. What have you applied for though? What have you applied for? What do you qualify for? Do you have an attorney? That's important. The attorney will help you, to work out what you qualify for. Your defenses. All right. So even if I get married, it would be an issue. So yeah, so even when you get married and you have that C1D visa, right? You can only file the I-130. You're going to have to get a 601 waiver, and you got to go back home to be processed. Okay. Hi, I mistakenly sent back my 10-year green card to USCIS. Am I getting it back soon? That I don't know. I don't know how you mistakenly send that back to USCIS. That's crazy. All right, guys, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, the number is above my head is 850-920-3475. You could text or call that number. It's $97 to talk with me one-on-one, okay? Somebody says, when you're filing your I-45 marriage based online, how do you send the medical examination to USCIS? So first of all, you can't file for I-485 online. It's a paper-based application, all right? So bear that in mind. Somebody says, I close my asylum and I receive a withdrawal notice. Now it's showing pending. Can I close again? Well, you closed it already, so maybe it's just a system error. All right. If my son filed for his daughter, how long will it take? He's a citizen of the US. And where's the daughter located? If the daughter is inside the US, typically 6 to 18 months. Outside of the US, it's going to take like 1 to 2 years. Okay. Is advanced parole useful? Yes, it is useful in a lot of situations. Basically, it's permission to re-enter the United States should you leave. Okay. All right, if you send a WhatsApp message, we'll respond to you. All right. Can you send medical examination online or mailing only? So you're not expected to open the medical examination, so you need to send that via paper. All right. Somebody says asylum granted, and after my I-94, do I need necessary working permit? You asked this question already, and I did tell you that after your asylum is granted, your work permit category becomes A5. And so typically they will send it to you if you were not issued a work permit before. Otherwise, you can apply for it under that category. I am not Ghanaian. Can you give me update if I sit out the airport? Can you give me an update if I sit out of the airport if they leave? Trendy boy, remember I answered that question already for you at length. So I'm just waiting on you now to buy me the flight so that I can go by the airport and check for you. So you thought there was a mistake. Oh my God, that's crazy though. I did have a marriage-based green card application, but the application has been withdrawn by my spouse. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So, let's talk one-on-one and let's look at your options. 850-920-3475. All right, text us and schedule your one-on-one chat. I'm so sorry to hear that though. Somebody's saying, as a permanent resident, you sound and look Ghanaian. Okay. Oh, you didn't hear it. So what I said was, Trendy Boy, what I said was I haven't traveled in a while and that's why I look so depressed. And I wanted to go to Cancun or Colombia or something this weekend. And I'm asking if you would be kind enough to buy me the ticket to go to one of these places. I'll take care of my own hotel and I will scope out the airports, let you know whether or not ICE is there, and then I'll come back and I'll report to you. I think that's fair enough, right? Somebody says he's Jamaican. Okay, please, I am from Ghana. Can you help me to migrate to the US? I mean, you have to have a pathway so we can talk about what pathways you can use. How long for the substantive? What are we talking about there? Vowel processing time is taking like 4 to 5 years right now based on our observations. All right. Come on, guys, keep tapping the screen and sharing the live. We're talking US immigration now. We should have been at like 15K likes. It's a Saturday. And I'm taking time out to chat with you. Somebody says, how can I get my stepson to file for me without having to go back to JA? Let me ask you a question. At the time when you got married to your son's father, how old was your son? Your stepson? All right, no problem. We'll respond to you if you talk to us on WhatsApp. Somebody says, what is the waiting process after you file for your green card as an asylee? Typically, normal processing time, 6 to 18 months. All right. How can I get my stepson? I think I answered that just now. Guys, my daughter is a US citizen for 18 years now, but she's on VA assistance because she was in the Navy. Okay, she was a Navy officer. Okay. And so what is the question? 2 years, my green card, a 10-year. When can I swear in? Miss LA, I don't understand your question. You said 2 years in my green card, a 10-year. You have to have had the green card for at least 3 years if you got it through marriage and you're still married to a US citizen, or 5 years, which is a normal time. How long after divorce can you remarry? It depends on the state that you're in. Some states says you can remarry the next day. Other states says you may need to wait up to 3 months. All right. So it really depends on where you're at. He was 17. Okay. So then he's your stepson. He can petition for you. Somebody says, can my daughter file for me? Yes, your daughter can file for you. If you want some help with that, Jacqueline, reach out to us, 850-920-3475. Brother, file for a sister. How long will that take? It will take you up to 20 years right now. All right. I'm helping someone with filing for his dad. Can he skip the DNA? The son is 36. Parents not married. Well, it depends. If USCIS requests DNA, then they'll need to do the DNA. All right. And that's how a lot of people find out that their dad is actually not their dad. I report my husband for marriage fraud because he texted me. He used me for a green card. Will he get the 10-year green card? Well, that's too bad for him. If he tells you that he used you for a green card, he shouldn't have done that. And indeed, that's marriage fraud. Is there a pause on green card, citizenship, etc.? Jamaican in the US? No. If you're inside the US, no. There's no pause. All right. Someone says, hey Jay, what's happening with the 601 waiver? It has been almost 3 years. Yes, 601 waivers are taking anywhere up to 48 months right now. All right. Sister got denied student visa. Can you help? What was the reason for the denial? What is the waiting process after you file for your green card as an asylee? And then we did say it's going to take 6 to 18 months. Hey, Dwight, Blessings J, private health insurance. can be used as an evidence to prove bona fide marriage. Yes, if both of your names are on the insurance policies, and they can reach out to you, Mr. Your Health Matters, to get their insurance plans. All right, that's pretty also important. How long is the K1 visa process? It's taking anywhere from 6 to 9 months. Some people say that they're waiting a little over that, so just bear that in mind. Can someone who came through the border, can they marry and get a green card? So I have definitely seen cases and have handled cases where the people come across the border, they get married to US citizens, they get the military parole in place, and they get a green card. Some of them, they were paroled in and they were able to get their green card. So yes, you can. All right. Somebody says yes, he can file for me, but I don't have to go back to Jamaica because I came on a work permit. So because he's your son, you'll be able to adjust status. All right. Does the 601 waiver really takes 2 years? It takes up to more than that, Kimberly. All right. I'm from one of the 39 countries, got my I-130 interview canceled. Normal. Well, yeah, it's happening to some people. It's happening to some people. All right. Do you provide training for document preparers? I do not, but I do have access to an academy that does, and I can forward you there. Any T visas getting approvals in 2026? Not that I have seen, but I hope T visas are being approved. Okay. All right. Somebody says, how does getting arrested for no state driver's license affect your marriage-based case? Well, so you have to indicate that you were arrested, and you have to show the final court disposition. Right now, worst case scenario is that they may place you in removal proceedings if ICE gets involved. All right. I'm a green card holder. My husband is a citizen. Can I file for my 12-year-old daughter? And how long? Yes. So either you or your husband can file for your daughter. It will take 1 to 2 years if your husband does. And if you do it, it will take like 1 to 3 years. Can you please explain how does VAWA case overrides by a pending AOS? So if you have a VAWA petition, right? So you were in a marriage, the marriage became abusive. You filed a VAWA claim, and the VAWA claim is pending. And then later on, you divorce that husband and you filed a new adjustment of status claim because you're not married with a new US citizen, then the VAWA that you had would be invalid. All right? One moment. All right. Can you marry to a green card holder as an asylee? You can marry to anyone once you're in love. Remember, we get married because we're in love. We don't get married because we want a green card. All right, so just bear that in mind. Come on, guys, keep tapping the screen. 25K likes. Looks like it's possible. All right, somebody here says, let me go through them. Is filing going on? Yes. Why did you think filing stopped? How long is the process if a green card holder marries an immigrant? Where is that? Okay, green card holder marrying an immigrant, the process is going to be tricky. If the immigrant is in status, they may be able to adjust status, but the immigrant has to maintain legal status. If the immigrant is not in status, then the immigrant may have to do consular processing, which means leaving the United States, and waivers and all of those things will come into play unless that green card holder becomes a US citizen. Then they can file an adjustment of status. Can I call you later on this phone number? You can call the phone number right now or text the phone number right now. But to talk to me one-on-one, it's $97, okay? Just bear that in mind. Somebody says, what is the timeline for K1 visa? Anywhere from 6 to 12 months. All right. How long do I need to wait for an interview after the case is sent to the embassy after the approval? Norma, I mean, they will schedule it once you're ready for it. How long have you been waiting? We're talking about US immigration, not Canada, okay? How detailed should a letter of knowledge of the couple be? As detailed, right? Because you want to show immigration that you know about the couple and about the marriage, and that is legitimate, right? If someone has an EAD from an asylum, did VAWA and biometrics, will they get another EAD? If they apply for a new one, yes. All right, if they apply for a new one. If I come here, no landing, can I get a green card? Yes, Simone, there are possibilities that you can. It really depends on the steps you take. All right? But there are possibilities that you can. What is the purpose of a green paper upon rejection? I mean, it tells you how long is the time period for naturalization process? 5 to 8 months. All right, naturalization process taking 5 to 8 months right now. Got married February 2022. My husband is still not here. I'm a U.S. citizen. Oh wow, February 2022. What country is your husband in? And is it one of the countries that has a pause on the immigrant visas right now? What happened if you miss your interview? So if you missed your interview, they will deny your case and place you in removal proceedings. All right, that's what we see happening right now. Never received N400 date, so I missed it. What happened after a motion to reopen approved? They'll pick up back where they left off. So they'll schedule you again for the N400. I'm in Panama City. How long after divorce can I remarry? Actually, in Florida, you can remarry the next day. All right. Student denial was probably not enough ties to the home country, right? So now, they'll have to fix that situation, right? And then reapply again. All right, waiting for interview. How long does the NVC take to set up an appointment? Once you're documentarily qualified, then they'll typically schedule it once the embassy has a time. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen. I appreciate you for that. Again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, just use the number above to text or call 850-920-3475. Someone says, can we still process our 188 form for green card? Why do you think you would not be able to still process it? Sorry, let me go through. The cost for a consultation, guys, is $97, okay? $97 if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me. All right. Can a lawyer advise not to go to a call-in letter with ICE? Well, it depends, right? If that's the advice that the lawyer is giving you, then that's the advice the lawyer is giving you. The thing is, when you get some of those call-ins, it's because they're trying to detain you. So, I don't know. If your lawyer says don't go, then all I can say is listen to your lawyer. Right? If someone has a green card and they have a case dismissed, can they still file for citizenship? How long have they had that case that got dismissed, and what was that case about? If my wife went on deployment and I have my interview, could I went to the interview? Yes, you have to go without her. So you have to go without her and take a copy of the deployment letter or orders. Is the number, yes, the number is on WhatsApp. It's 850-920-3475. Someone says, can you say whether there are updates on the DV visa pause? Or I don't know, because I'm not paying attention to the DV visa, and because a lot of the persons that I serve don't qualify for it anyway. All right, can PR file for his or her mother? No. Is filing going on from the countries that are on the bond? Yes, you can still file your I-130s. Is USA allowing Asian to come if the K-1 is approved? There's a ban on immigration for Asian, so perhaps no. If I get charged by driving with an expired license affect my green card? Do you already have the green card? And so most times the effect is going to be, the police will notify ICE and then you will get detained. And so if that didn't happen, then you are more than likely can overcome everything else. If a child came in the States at age 14, was filed for her grandfather, can she be naturalized? So she was filed for by her grandfather, which means that one of her parents was filed for too. Is that parent now a U.S. citizen or no? I'm married to a green card holder. I'm in Guyana. Will it be a problem if she took a while to file? No, shouldn't be a problem. All right, guys, thank you so much again for tapping the screen, okay? Remember to share the live also with your friends. If you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. We talk US immigration over here. Everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice. If you're trying to book a one-on-one chat with me, the number is above my head. Is 850-920-3475. And it's $97 to talk one-on-one. I want to know how long it will take for a person on filing who did the interview to get into the US. Where's that person located? Are they affected by the pause? Can my stepbrother file for me? That's a good question. That's a good question. No. If you have a VAWA case and know you're married, can you change status? Yes, you can. My H-1B extension is over 9 months, no decision. What could cause the problem? USS may be backed up. If you have a VAWA case pending, I know you're married. I think I answered that one just now. Do you have to file joint taxes for immigration? Yes. If you're filing a case with immigration, you and your spouse, you're expected to file jointly. Hubs has paper that expired green card extended due to naturalization in progress. Safe to travel. Is there an urgent need to travel, Reb? And if there is, you could call USS and get one of the I-551 stamps, and then you could use that. A citizen in the United States petition for their parents in the Caribbean, how long? The process is taking 1 to 2 years. All right. Okay, so you're affected by the pause, and now you kind of see why your thing is taking longer than expected. Please, I need advice. I've been putting on deportation. So you need an attorney, right? What to expect after fingerprints of VAWA? Prima facie determination. That typically comes next. Mother has a green card. Somebody says, how can I back out the process? I found out my spouse was using me. I didn't go to the interview. Well, you already backed out the process. You not going to the interview is you already backing out of the process, because now the case is going to be denied. I'm not Haiti. Can someone who came across the border get married and file for a green card and get their paperwork? As I said, there is a possibility. It really depends on your situation. We'll have to talk one-on-one to see where exactly you're at in the process and help you to strategize. All right. When you're married to a U.S. citizen, how many years for visa? Are you outside of the country? If you are outside of the country, typically 1 to 2 years. How long does it take when you I-130 when your I-130, okay, is approved and you have to get pardoned? It depends. You're looking at a waiver. You're looking at maybe 48 months time. Tell them that the pause is different from the ban, please, cause I think people listen. Legal gunman. It doesn't matter. Legal gunman. Okay. It doesn't matter how much you tell them. They're going to still ask the same question over and over and over and over. Guys, there's a difference between the pause and the ban. There are 75 countries which there's a pause on the issuance of immigrant visas. Immigrant visas are the visas that leads to a green card. This affects people who are outside of the US trying to come inside. If you're inside the US and you're from one of the 75 countries that are on pause, it does not affect you from being issued a green card. How do I know that this is accurate? Because I have people in this position that they've been getting their green cards left, right, and center. Okay? Now, there are some countries that there's a ban. Okay? Those countries, they're not issuing anything for them immigration-wise. They're not issuing any final decisions on their green cards here in the US, on their naturalization here in the US, or even outside of the US. All right? So please bear that in mind so that you don't keep asking the same thing over and over. All right? How soon can you travel? I don't understand. Happy Saturday, everyone. Somebody says here, how much is consultation and for how long? It's $97 and we chat for 30 minutes or whenever the conversation ends. All right. Yes, need to travel. Okay. All right. So go ahead and get that and then get that I-551 stamp. They'll mail it to you and then you can go ahead and travel. I have custody for my grandson. Can I file for him? You perhaps could. Are you in the adoption process? And where's your grandson located? Somebody says, how long filing take? Like, that's so vague. I don't even know how to answer it. All right, somebody says, what visa do I need to work in the United States as a teacher? There's several options teachers use. Some teachers come on the J1, which right now I wouldn't recommend it, but if it's your only choice, yes. Because the J1 is going to come with this 2-year home residency requirement, and you're going to need to, if you're trying to change or adjust status, you're going to need to get that waived, and they're not approving the waivers, right? So teachers also use the H1B program. So those are like the two main ones, J1 and H1B. All right, I would do H1B. I have a green card was filed for my father, and my daughters came up young. Will they be nationally? And I don't understand what you're asking, Paula. What's the processing time for parent filing for their children unmarried over 21? About 10 to 12 years. Waivers are taking up to 48 months. My kids go 5 of March to do interview, but they didn't get through because of the pause. Okay. And that's normal. We expected that, KK. We expected that, you know. How many months does it take for the application to be processed? Which application are we talking about? You have to be more direct with your question. My dad is American citizen. Can I apply for a visa or green card? You can apply for a visa if you're outside of the country. Yes, your dad can petition for you. You're looking at like 10 to 12 years. Can I file now even though there is a hold on visa? Yes, you can. Can someone with a removal order get filed by a U.S. citizen child? They can, but for the ultimate goal that they're trying to achieve, they'll need the removal order removed or reopened, sorry. They give me a ticket for an expired license to go to court, then charge me. I don't have my green card. Okay, so on your 45, which I think you submitted already, and you may have answered that you've never been arrested, you'll have to change that when you go to your interview. All right, you living with me in the US? I'm living with you in the US? I didn't know. Jay, after they sent you joint sponsor, what next after that without fingerprints? So you're saying you applied and they tell you that you need a joint sponsor, but you haven't done any biometrics yet? They might schedule the biometrics soon. I'm a US citizen. Okay, so you're a US citizen and the child is living here with you in the US. Okay, so you need to file for adoption for the child. All right. Empress says some people are so dumb. Okay. Can you file for papers now? Yes, nothing is stopping you, Sugar Plum. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen. We can go to 50K likes. I believe you. I believe in you. My daughter is in the military. Her graduation is June 4, but the visa application has reached August. There are ways to get you an interview before that, Nicola. If you want some help, reach out and let's get you scheduled before that. I don't even know how to wink my eyes, but yes, reach out and let's get you scheduled before that. My husband and I found a lawyer who wants to charge $5,000 to help us file, and I think that's very reasonable. $5,000, that's reasonable. If I didn't get my biometrics in the mail, can I just print it off? Yeah, we can print it off and bring it to your appointment, sure. Explain the immigration filing that people from Latin countries apply for versus African countries. That I don't know. What are we talking about? People from Latin countries apply for? I don't know. How long is work permit process? It's taking up to a year right now. Husband in pause country. I need major brain surgery. Is there a way to get him here? I'm so sorry to hear that you have your surgery. The only way that you'll be able to get him here is on a non-immigrant visa right now. Is it okay if I have courthouse wedding with my fiance who has a visiting? Yeah, man, you can go ahead and have your wedding at the courthouse. Somebody says, how long will it take to get a replacement naturalization certificate? May take around 6 months thereabout. All right. I'm a U.S. citizen. My son got his green card. Can I apply for his passport? Okay, so you're a U.S. citizen. Your son got his green card. You want to apply for his passport? You possibly can. When did you become a U.S. citizen? So in 22. And when did your son get his green card and come into the country? My husband's green card expired. We're scared to renew it. Oh, don't be scared. If your husband's green card is expired, then your husband, so is he removing conditions? He gets to do it. If he doesn't remove the condition, then he gets penalized for that. All right? How long will it take a citizen parent to file for their child who's already in the U.S.? Citizen parent filing for their child. How old is that child? How long it takes for a green card replacement? It may take anywhere from 6 to 9 months. Guys, again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, text me 850-920-3475. Again, 850-920-3475. And we can talk one-on-one. It's $97 to chat. Do I have to send in the evidence with my filing, or my spouse can bring it to the interview? You need to send it in with your filing. All right? I see most Mexican file work permit and family, Africans for asylum. I don't know that there's a difference. A lot of Mexicans file for asylums too. And if they qualify for family base, they file for it. So it really depends on what they qualify for. Hubby hasn't received his green card yet after asylum approval. Got married after. Can I file? You can. Yes, you can. You can. My husband's green card expired. We're scared to go. Hey, Diana, reach out to us. Let's help you. All right. Got J1 embassy interview next week. Give me some dressing advice if it's case where my belt will hold up the procedure. I mean, dressed semi-formal, and yeah, typically you're required to take out your belt. If you don't have to wear a belt, you don't have to wear a belt. But is it so hard to take your belt out of your waist? Can you help me with replacement of natural? Yes, I can. Planting, gal. All right, call me 850-920-3475 or text 850-920-3475. I'm a green card holder who filed I-130 petition for my 4-year-old since January 2023, and it has not been approved yet. It's normal. All right. How long will it take for a citizen parent to file for a child? And I did ask how old that child was. Jay, my 2-year green card expired next month. Didn't get the chance to renew. Should I worry? No, do it now. Call me, Cassandra. Let me help you. 850-920-3475. Text or call me. Let me help you with this. All right. If I didn't get my biometrics, and I did answer that one already, you can print it offline and take it with you. All right. So the child is over. So Shanique, the child is over 21. Then no, the parents cannot adjust the child's status. All right. That child that is over 21 need to go and find a man or a woman and marry. Thank you. Thank you guys for bringing me to 50K. Thank you so much. How long will it take for my 7-year-old son? I'm a green card holder. 1 to 3 years. You sound like a yardie. I'm a yardie too. Some days, Knack. How long does a VAWA take for you to get your work permit? Up to a year or a little over a year right now based on what we're seeing. All right. Child is 21, your parents filing. Yes, that's not a child. That's a big man or a big woman. They need to go and find a man or a woman of their own and get married. All right. What happens when you submit biometrics at USCIS? They run it in the FBI background, in the FBI database to see if anything comes up for you. I'm located in the state of Georgia. I'm in Georgia. Can I request congressional expedite for my I-45? That is already current because my father cancer is for you. You sure can. You can do anything you want to do. You sure can. Yes. Can I file for my kids if I'm not a U.S. citizen? If you're a green card holder, you can. All right. My daughter filed for me and it's 2 years in July. The petition has been approved. Okay. And are you inside or outside of the country? If I already do my biometrics from 2024 and I don't got it, what should I do? You don't got what? Sharon, what didn't you get? You did your biometrics and what didn't you get? Do you think something is wrong with his case? I filed I-130 since January. No, I don't think anything is wrong with his case. It's normal, unfortunately. Are interviews still being given out for those who are waiting on interviews alone? Yes. If my teenager is on my VAWA, theirs will take the same time too. Yes. Yes. All right. Somebody says, I must Georgia you live. Why? Why do I must live in Georgia? Laugh out loud, you funny. You 100% yardie. Me not gonna get in touch. May I get in touch with you? Okay, all right, definitely. Let's chat. Somebody says, after becoming a citizen, how long will it take for my mom to get her permanent residence after filing? If your mom is inside the US, it will take 6 to 18 months. If your mom is outside, it's going to take like 1 to 2 years, okay? I thought filing process was on hold. Nope. You can still file the I-130. The issuance of the immigrant visa is what is on hold. All right, so the filing process itself is not on a hold. All right, guys. Somebody says, how long after getting your green card can you travel? You can get your green card today. Say, for example, you went to the mailbox today and the mailman delivered your green card today, like at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock today. He delivered the green card. You open it, you see that green card and you cry and you laugh and you celebrate. Tomorrow morning, you can be on the next flight. Tomorrow morning. As a matter of fact, if you can catch a flight this evening, catch the flight. All right. Somebody says, Chef Wagwan. All right. Somebody says, can I file for my mother? I was like, no, you cannot file for your mom as a green card holder. I'm so sorry that I have to be the one to tell you that. My petition is approved. How long do I have to wait? Where are you located? In or outside of the country? That's important, guys, when you're asking these questions, okay? All right. Somebody says, hey, Pooh. Hey, Fiona, what's going on? Can my citizen son file for adjustment of status for me, his mother? Yes, he can. If he's over the age of 21 and you're inside the US, he can. Can I file for my mother as a green card holder? No, you cannot. All right. And then somebody else is asking another question. Let me find it. For Afghanistan national, how long will it take for N4 to reschedule? That I don't know. All right. I honestly don't know. You know what's going on with the government. You know why you haven't been scheduled. All right. I received my second prima facie, no work permit yet. And Grace the dollars, unfortunately, that is normal. Okay. Unfortunately. You're saying you don't get an answer yet? Okay, so if you don't get an answer yet, then you'll have to just keep waiting like everybody else. All right. My son is 20. If I put in for him, how long will it take? I have a green card. It may take 1 to 3 years. All right, all right, it may take 1 to 3 years. All right, let me go up again. Someone says, do I have to send marriage evidence based on the 3-year rule for naturalization? If the 751 is still pending, you may want to send updated stuff, yes. Because they'll have to make a decision on the 751 first. I'm a resident and I recently married my spouse. He can get his green card. Where's your spouse located, Shakira? In or outside of the country. Do you do work visas? It depends on the type of work visas you're talking about. EB1, EB2, yes. All right, and I still don't receive it. What did you not receive? How long does it take to get a work permit after doing your biometrics? Sharon, remember me I tell you from a long time, say you doing the biometrics is no indication that you're even going to get the work permit. You understand? So right now they want if you kind of wait like a year or so before they give you the work permit. Because here's the thing. A lot of people, they believe that, oh, I have a work permit I've reached. That is it for me. And I guess the government is saying, okay, let me flap your show. I'm not going to approve these work permits until a year. And they reduce the work permits from being valid for 5 years to now 18 months. It's a lot that's happening. It's a lot. All right, my sister went in for our interview on the 16th of December for her green card, and no is April. Well, you know what? A lot of people are in your sister's position. A lot of people did their interviews last year and still haven't gotten any decision yet. You know? So if I were your sister, I would prepare for an RFE or a NOID. Can someone travel with an asylum green card to their home country? XXX. In the question lies the answer. So in the question lies the answer. Now, you came into the United States and you said to them, hey, I'm scared of my life. In my home country, I'm fearful of persecution. I cannot go back there. If I go back there, I may be unalived. So please, 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 please give me an asylum so that I don't have to go back to my home country. Please, I'm begging. And the government says, oh my God, I sympathize with you. Oh yes, let me look at your paperwork. Let me look at your evidence. Yes, you qualify for an asylum. You really cannot go back to your home country. We're going to protect you. We're going to give you an asylum. And then you can apply for a green card. And that's exactly what happened. Okay? You got the asylum. You apply for the green card. Now you have the green card. And your question is, now that I've gotten the asylum because they believe me, because that my life was in danger in my home country, and they say, oh, I'm protecting you. I'm giving you this green card so you can stay here. Your question is, can I go back to my home country now that I have the green card? So you're no longer fearful of your life? Oh, the green card is going to protect me. So when the people who were trying to harm me come up, I'm going to show them my green card and say, I'm a green card holder of the US. You can't do me anything. Is that what you're going to do? Let's talk about it. Go ahead and ask your question. If I'm married to someone who just got citizenship, can he file for me? Yes, he can. Once he's a US citizen, he can. All right. My husband is in the military finishing training for 6 months and still get his citizenship. He get it or he hasn't gotten it? Which one? If someone spent 2 months and a week in the States and came back, how long can they stay to go back? It depends. Like, don't you work? I'm a resident and I recently married my spouse. Can he get his green card in the United States? Unless your spouse is in good status. Otherwise, you need to become a US citizen before. Do you know of any lawyers in the Maryland area? Perhaps I do. I applied for my visiting visa twice at the Jamaican embassy, and he was denied visa. He was only 1 year old. Okay, that happens all the time. I submitted September, got interview next month, no work permits. That's Normal, Chantel. And that's what you want. You want an interview, not work permit. Because out of the interview, you can get a green card, which supersedes the work permit. All right. What if the green card reaches Jamaica, but the embassy has not called to pick it up yet? Them send the green card to Jamaica though? Is the lawyer hasn't been responding back? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What you said, she still have to wait if she hasn't received it yet? Yeah, man, she'll have to wait. Can I file for my husband as a green card holder? Yes, you can. All right. Somebody says, if I'm a resident and I recently got married, can he get his green card and he's inside the US? So unless he's in good status, otherwise, you need to become a US citizen, or he can do waiver and consular processing. Are Jamaicans on pause? No, sir. Jamaicans out. Right now, this morning, Jamaicans, they were at Carnival. Yesterday, they were at Daybreak. The day before, they were at another party. No, sir. Jamaicans are not on no pause. They're partying like hell. Can I file for someone with C1D visa? It's going to be very technical. All right. Because when they come in on the C1D visa, they're only to transit. They're not to stay. All right. What if the green card, you asked that already? Do I have to send marriage evidence based on the 3-year? And I did say, I did answer that. If the 751 is still pending, then yes. All right. I did say that. All right. Somebody says, if your visa got canceled, can you marry and get your green card? Yes. If someone came to the border and filed for asylum, can they withdraw their asylum? Yes, they can. All right. Can a parent with citizenship file for a child age over 21? They can. It will take 10 to 12 years. They can't adjust the status of that child if the child is located inside the US. Okay. After 6 months of training, my husband still haven't gotten his. All right. So has your husband followed up on it yet? He has already taken his oath. Has he followed up? Should kids under 10 years old go for a family-based interview? Yes. Bring them to the interview if one is scheduled. Yes. My husband have an interview. Do my husband have interview? Do my husband still can come to the United States? I'm a US citizen. So it depends. Is your husband from one of the countries that has the pause? If your visa get canceled, yes, you can get married. You still can apply for a green card. You can. All right. Somebody says if you get canceled, you ask the same question over and over and over and over and over again. No, I don't work. It's a visitor visa. Okay. How can you help someone file an I-130 since 2024 October? Still no answer. That's normal. Still no more processing time. He hasn't gotten it. Somebody says, all right, guys, I'm trying to go through this. How long after biometrics will you get an update? Once the biometrics is done, the system will update to reflect that you have done the biometrics. I submitted September, got interview next month, no work permits. Chantel, listen, that's golden, honestly. And somebody says, if I'm married to a US citizen, can I still try for my visa? You can. And can it be approved? It can. Will they not approve it? A lot of times they won't. All right. My son filed for adjustment of status for me. What's the wait time? 6 to 18 months. All right. If I'm married to a US citizen, can I still apply for my visa? You did ask that already, and I commented. Somebody says, can I marry my spouse? He's a green card holder. Sabrina, if you're in love with that man or that woman, yes. All right. Somebody says, all right. I think the person is talking about immigration with Donald Trump ban. What are you talking about? I'm not following. Any updates on the 39 country pause? No. If your visa get canceled, can you still get it back when you reapply? There's a possibility. There is. Is Guyana on pause? No. Guyana and Trinidad? No. Can my son file for me on his green card? No, he cannot. He needs to be a US citizen first. All right. I am married to a green card holder. What is an estimated time frame for change of status? Tanya, you're inside the US, you're married to a green card holder, and you're trying to change your status. Question. Are you still in status? If not, then your green card holder cannot adjust your status until he becomes a U.S. citizen. Otherwise, you will get an approved I-130. You got to apply for a waiver, and then you got to go back to do consular processing. All right, guys, remember everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of them is to be understood as legal advice. Can I write to my spouse? He's a green card holder. Yeah, you can write to him. I don't understand when you say write to him. What's the reason for a visa get cancelled? They think you may have abused it? My mom is filing for me. How long will it take? How old are you? Okay, so here's the thing. So if you're in status, you have to maintain status, and then you can adjust. All right. Carter, I'm in Jonesboro, Georgia. How far away are you at? Need to talk to you in person. If I answer that question, then I'm gonna give it away. I mean, so from Jonesboro, I can be, I'm maybe 10 to 15 minutes, max 20 minutes, honestly. When the person asks if Jamaica on pause, oh, I know what they meant. I was just trying to be funny. But yes, the issuance of immigrant visas in Jamaica is still on pause. How many months take VAWA work permit? It's taking over a year right now. All right, taking over a year. Can my son? It's taking over a year right now. All right. Somebody says, can I marry to a regular citizen if I came through the border? Yeah, man, you can marry to anybody once you're in love, right? Adjusting your status, though, it depends. Were you paroled when you come in? Otherwise, you'll have to do consular processing. What's your location? I'm in Georgia. Guys. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, remember, click that follow button and then click the notification button. So once I come live, y'all see me. And oh my God, we've only been talking for 1 hour and 12 minutes. I feel as if I've been talking to you for the last 6 hours. Somebody says, what if the person on filing before the pause? Yeah, man, it will still affect them. Anthony, you're asking what to do? What to do in what situation? Okay, let me see. So Anthony says, I know this person got married and got the interview in 2 weeks and the wife served you a divorce. So the wife is not going to attend the interview, Anthony? Then they may have to look at other options real quick before their interview. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, I cancel my question. I got answers. All right, cool. Somebody says, I became a U.S. citizen last year. How can I change the status of my children over 21? If they're inside the U.S., you can't adjust their status. You can file an I-130. It will take 10 to 12 years, and then they'll have to leave the country. If your children are over 21, then if you go find man and woman and marry. My son is a soldier in the States and file for me. How long will it take? 1 to 2 years. They're about Angela. Somebody says, can I file for my son? He's 21. Are you a U.S. citizen? If you are, yes, you can. If you're on temporary disability, can you still file? Yes, you can. All right, Anthony, then tell the person to call us and let's figure out what they will do in that case. They still have to attend their interview, but they need to have a strategy. All right, so tell them to text us 850-920-3475 or call us 850-920-3475. Someone says, how long does administrative processing take when the embassy take the book? I don't know. Carter, too many traffic to get to you on 285. No, I don't live on the 285. I live off the 75. But you see, you live at Jonesboro, and I live off Tara Boulevard. My husband petitioned for me and my son, but my case approved, and it is not, but no good info. All right, and that's fine. Let's just be patient. Your son is like yours is approved. Your son is gonna get approved. What are the terms you can file and expedite? It depends on your situation, right? It depends on your situation. All right. Somebody says, filing for my mom in Jamaica, how long will it take? 1 to 2 years. Good afternoon. I want to apply for my 2 group children with 3 grandchildren. Oh, yeah, your grown children. Yeah, man, you can apply for them. I-130. That's the first step. Reach out if you want help to file them. All right. Come on, guys, keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. Also, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. We're trying to go right now to 70K likes. If you could just help me to tap the screen, all right? Somebody says, I became a US citizen last year. I talked to you about that. You can't change their status if they're inside the US. If they're inside the US, them need to go find them own a man or woman. What's wrong with you? Me tell you that. Is you guys open today? If you text or call, yes, somebody's responding to text or call. Anthony, yes. So you're in Clayton County. I'm in Henry County, part of Tara. If you receive an NTA, it means that you're now in removal proceedings and you need an attorney. All right, that's what that means. My mother is filing for me. I'm 39-year-old. How long will it take? Around 10 to 12 years thereabout. Guys, if you receive an NTA, it means that you're in removal proceedings. NTA, it means notice to appear. Notice to appear in front of an immigration judge. Somebody says, how much is consultation with you? It's $97, $97. All right, that's what it is, $97. All right. Question, going on the nursing program, still not sure if the current immigration pause affect me. If you're coming on the nursing program, it wouldn't, because then that's a non-immigrant program. All right, so it wasn't. Do you work with? Yes. Yes, if you're in Michigan, yes. It doesn't matter where you're located at all. You want me to be in Michigan tomorrow? I can be there. Oh, they're outside of the US. So yeah, man. So reach out and we can file the I-130 for them. All right. And it will take around 10 to 12 years though. Is it still safe to file? Knowing Jamaica? Yes, man, it's still safe to file. Why would it not be safe? Still safe to file because you need to lock in those prior to date. I'm blessed. Oh my God. George, you want to bless the first 10? Just bless me alone now? Yeah, man, George, just send me 120 grand. That can help me fix my situation. Then I went to the court. I was told it was not filed. Court. Good for me since no court. Okay, so you got an NTA and it wasn't filed with the court. Okay, so then they're waiting on USCIS to file it with the court. All right. So I'll still be able to bring my wife with me and we would still be able to get our green cards. You said you were coming on nursing program. They're outside of the United States. It says that their cases at NVC. Okay, so yeah, man. So it will wait. Somebody says after DQ, how long it takes to get an interview. It depends. Sometimes it may take like 1 to 2 months, even 3. All right. So what is your next step? You're basically waiting until you are, the NTA is filed with the court. So just keep checking the automated system for a new court date. In the meantime, I would work on the defense. All right, top of the evening to you, Victor Harris. Somebody says, hey, Jay, my friend was deported from St. Martin for not having enough funds and a valid ticket. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kimona. Any word on when they are going to start issuing visas? No, I don't. Don't have any word. She have a 10-year US visa. Can she travel to the US, right? Yeah, man, she's deported from St. Martin, not from the US. Top of the evening to you too. Is that Askeith Taff? All right, if you want to talk to me, my number is above my head. It's 850-920-3475. It's $97 to talk to me. All right, $97. So text that number, you get your link to book. What's the next step? Right now, they got to wait. Remember, they're waiting on prior to date. All right? They're waiting on prior to date. All right, guys, we've been talking for 1 hour and 20 minutes. If you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Thank you so much. Again, we're talking U.S. immigration. Everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Guys, if you are trying to start a process and you want my help, I'm happy to help with you. Hey, hey Holly, how you doing? Somebody says also, when I went to the court, the office told me that I have to monitor. Yes, so monitor your mailbox and they will tell you exactly when you need to come back to court. Hi Jay, what's your price range for filing an AOS case? Text me, Janice, and let's talk about it. I think I'm pretty reasonable. But text me and let's talk about it. You're getting good help. I'm based in Atlanta, guys, in Georgia. Will TSA ask me about deportation from St. Martin? Well, it wouldn't be TSA, it would be CBP. And I don't know that St. Martin is sharing information with the US, but just plan your travels better. Is the fiancé visa good to do now? Yes. All right. Can I file for myself if my husband abandoned me? Yeah, there's a possibility, Bianca, you can. If you want our help, text us 850-920-3475. I was deported from the United States in 2005. Do you think I can go back legally? You perhaps can. 2005, which means that you'd have done your time already. You could get somebody to petition for you or something. Guys, let's go to 75K likes. Please help me. Will they close our case if they're not issuing visas? No. So once they start issuing them again, they will call you. After 6 months, I apply for my green card. USCIS send me the receipt notice. Is that a good sign? Yeah, man. Once you get your receipt notice, it's always a good sign. Is that means that they will reschedule? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I need to go to 100K, but right now I'm just putting it, reachable at like 70K. So that person that say that they got deported from St. Martin, I would advise them not to go anywhere. Okay? Okay, thank you. I saved the number. I'll text you. All right, no problem. I'm living in Jamaica and I want to visit my newborn granddaughter. How do I go about it? So you need to have a visa to enter the US. All right, you need to have a visa to enter the US. Can a green card holder file for his wife? Yes. Hey, Outlaw, what's going on? Come on, guys, 70K likes. That's what we're trying to go, 70K likes. I don't know whether or not you can travel. You must know. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Have you ever seen someone both 2 years and conditional removal interview waived? You have to be strategic about it. So it depends on your situation. So you have to be strategic about it. If you did not file this year taxes and have previous years, can that work for marriage base? You're going to need to file this year taxes. You're going to need to file this year taxes. You have a few days left to do that. Can a USA citizen file for a husband who is on asylum status? Yes. Somebody says, I have an asylum pending, but I'm not married and I'm not a married man. How is the best way to go forward to get my green card? Let's talk about it and let's see how we can help you. We need to look at your entry and stuff like that. All right. So my child was born in the USA. How long? Can she stay out of the country as long as she wants? She's still a U.S. citizen whenever she decides to return. All right? U.S. citizens can stay out as long as they want. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen. We've been talking, as I said, for a little over 1 hour. We're at 1 hour and 25 minutes. All right, somebody says, okay. Guys, again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, use the number above my head. It's 850-920-3475. Again, that's 850-920-3475. Use that number to book your one-on-one chat. It's $97. And let's see how we can help you with your process. All right? All right, guys, trying to make it to that 80K likes. All right, Shawty P says, let's go to 100, guys. Let's go to 100. Thank you also, guys, for the follows, okay? Thank you so much for that. Somebody says, what are the steps to file for a minor who's already in the United States by citizenship father? You can file an adjustment of status to the wife. All right, let them reach out to me if they want help. 850-920-3475. Somebody else is asking the question, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. All right, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. I want to go to Aldi to buy me some energy drink, some Celsius, because I need all the energy I can get nowadays. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. Is asylum application on pause? No, they have resumed the adjudication of asylum applications. Good day on adjustment of status. Part 2, principal application means principal applicant mean you. Somebody says take ashwagandha for energy, more natural. Okay. How long be approved 485 for VAWA? Have they approved the VAWA already? So why filing have to take so long, Lord? God, it's a good question, you know, First Lady Peterson. But it's a lot of people filing for people, and because of that, there's sometimes some backlogs. So that's why it takes so long. All right, they filed the I-130, but never heard anything else. Only the receipt notice. Because they might do it wrong, man, that's why. So your VAWA is approved October 1. So the green card, 6 to 18 months for an approval on that. All right. Come on, guys. Let's keep tapping the screen. We're trying to get there to 100K likes, okay? We're trying to get there. Yeah, man. So you're waiting for your green card. Just be patient and wait for your green card. All right. Be patient and wait for your green card. It's 4:07 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon in Georgia. It's a pleasure connecting with you always. Remember, my number is above my head if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me. It's 850-920-3475. You could text that number and, you know, book your $97 consultation. And if you have a question, drop it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer it right now while I'm on with you. September will be our 2-year marriage anniversary. When should I apply in order to get the 10-year green card? I mean, you could apply in August. All right, somebody says, my friend filed abused spouse some years ago. Just get a date for an interview. What do you think? It's going to be brutal, but yes, it's good that one is scheduled. All right, it's going to be brutal. I just had somebody who came back from one of those interviews, and it was brutal. They ask you about the abuse, so that, you know, they go back about that, and it's going to be brutal. All right. Do they approve you on the spot after your interview? In some cases they do, other cases they don't. If I got married to a U.S. citizen and I got divorced before the interview, after that I want to get married. So if you get married before the if you get divorced before the interview, then that case is no longer good. You can remarry somebody else, yes. The thing is though, the fact that they're going to issue a denial on your 45, so you might be placed in removal proceedings, okay? So just bear that in mind. Guys, keep tapping the screen and sharing the live. We're talking, as I said, U.S. immigration, Everything we're discussing is educational resources. Share the live with your friend. Tell them to come ask them like a question. Interview and marriage was approved, but she hasn't received the permit or social. Have she gotten a green card? And if she got a green card, she's not going to get a work permit. All right? Because the green card supersedes the work permit. All right. Hi, can I adopt my late sister's kids and file for them? You can, as long as they're under the age of 16. All right. I'm in legal status. If I overstay my visiting visa, can my husband, a green card holder, file for me? He can only file an I-130 at that stage, right? Until he becomes a US citizen. So if they don't approve you on the spot, how will you know that you passed the interview? They'll send you an email to say that they have taken action on your case. And then when you go and you look, you'll see that you're approved or not approved. All right. She hasn't received a work permit, a green card, or anything, but the marriage was approved. So yeah, so until the 45 is approved, then she won't receive a green card. All right, so they'll approve the marriage, but until the 45 is approved, she won't receive a green card, okay? Somebody says, how long is it taking for green card interviews, marriage-based cases? The process is taking 6 to 18 months right now. I'm a US citizen. I filed for my unmarried son 13 years ago and still waiting. It does take a long time, sometimes taking up to 15 years. Question, please, can I travel outside of the United States with my permanent residence? Yes, if you're a green card holder, you can travel outside of the US. All right, if US says come and send over to NVC, will it come through? Yeah, man. So once they send it to the NVC, you'll do the process in there, and then you'll go in for your interview. Now it depends whether you're at one of the past countries or a banned country or not. All right. Somebody says, if I want to apply for my stepson, do I have to adopt him? No. If your stepson, all right. Somebody says, do they hard on age gap? Again, if the age gap, yes, it's a thing, but you have to show proof that, listen, this is not for immigration. We're madly in love. I like sugar daddies, or I like sugar mamas, or whatever the case may be. All right. Don't tell them that. Make sure you have proof to show that your marriage is legitimate. Okay. Somebody says, is it better to do an outland or inland application? If you can do it inland, that's what I would do. All right. Yes, you can text the number up top, 850-920-3475. I'm in legal status if I am I in legal status if I overstay my visa? No, you become undocumented. All right, when you overstay your visa. All right. Can I marry to a US permanent resident holder while my asylum application is still pending? You can. You can marry to anybody once you're in love. Some, yes, you can call the number 850-920-3475. It's $97 to talk. All right. You definitely can. Somebody says, how long does it take to get a work permit and Social Security after asylum? So after 180 days, you file for it, typically like 1 to 6 months, and then you might be able to get a work permit. My husband and I had twins in December. We did a visiting visa. They declined visa for biometrics. Okay. I'm located in the state of Georgia. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I can serve you wherever you're at. I can be wherever you want me to be. All right. Somebody says, but no, we are married. Should we do spousal? You could do spousal or I-130. I'm a US citizen and I filed for my adopted kids. How long will it take for them to be here? Like 1 to 2 years, thereabout. All right. Somebody says, I am married to an Asian and not working now. I got my 10-year. Can I apply for citizenship? How long have you had your 10-year? Like, how long have you had a green card for? That's the main question. Guys, let's keep tapping the screen. We're trying to go to 100K likes, guys. Trying to go to 100K likes. Keep tapping the screen for me. I appreciate all the help, all the support that you guys are giving me. And that's why I'm here giving up my time answering all of these questions. Ricky Vuitton, what's going on? That's why I'm here answering all of these questions so you know. And I'm also inviting those people who want to talk one-on-one. Text me, 850-920-3475. Someone says, I'm married, but wife lives in Jamaica. Will USCIS accept my case? Yes. I can help you to file if you want. What kind of proof should we provide? We have a child together. You know, right now I have a case where somebody reached out to me, want me to help them to respond to Annoyed. And USCIS sends Annoyed, even though they have a child together. Yeah, man. Even though they have a child together. So That don't mean nothing. You work with anyone from any state? Yes. It doesn't matter what state you're in. I work with people. All right. So it doesn't matter what state you're in, Wealth Builder, I can assist you. Okay. I do find that I work with a lot of people in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, South Carolina, Virginia, Texas, all over the place. What about the N word? What that N word about USS? NOID, notice of intent to deny. About the unmarried visa, the man as 20-year-old boy, so is he still can't get accepted? I don't understand. If you have if you have 2-year green card, it must that when time removal you go back. Oh yes, they're gonna schedule you for an interview. All right, guys, listen. I've seen people being placed in removal proceedings because they have not filed their 751. So if you are at that stage where you need to file your 751, make sure you file it, because I've seen people in removal proceedings because of that. I'm in the state of Georgia, but it doesn't matter where I'm at, guys. Remember, immigration is federal, okay? Can you do a waiver for me? Yes. Yes, reach out to us. Text us 850-920-3475. All right, 850-920-3475. How many months can I use my green cards after expiration date? Your green card expire. So you mean? Use it to do what? What do you mean? You file for it before it gets expired and then you get an extension or something. I was married to a US citizen, but it didn't work out. I got a divorce. Any option for me? Yes. How long did you divorce? How long ago have you divorced God's favorite child? In the US for 6 weeks now. I got my green card already, but not my social security. Have you followed up with the social security office? What are they saying? All right. Good evening. If I travel on a visa and I didn't stay only 1 month, how early again can I enter? It really depends on the reason for you entering, all of that stuff. Can I file for my family after 3 months of getting my asylum? 730, you can. How long to renew DACA right now? I'm not sure how long it's taking to renew DACA. All right. All right. Somebody says here, how long? Somebody says, based on builders well, you're saying based on what? What are you talking about? If I'm on filing, is it possible to get a visa? You can apply for it. There's a possibility you can. All right. Somebody says it's a couple months now. I got the decree. Okay. So it depends, right? It depends on what was going on in the relationship and stuff like that. Was it an abusive one, stuff like that? Then you might be able to consider a vow or something like that. What is my cost to do citizenship? It's pretty cheap. Reach out to me and let's talk about it. 850-920-3475. What if you and your spouse got separated right before the removal of conditions because he left? There's still hope, Nicole. There's an option. There are options on the form that you can use. So if you want help with that process, I can help you. 850-920-3475. Somebody says, do we have to have a case with you in order for you to do an inquiry? So you're going to hire me to do a case inquiry for you? Yeah, man, if you're hiring me to do a case inquiry, yeah. I'm not refusing money. I need money. After you sent in your application for removal, you and your spouse got back together. Okay. Did you send it jointly or you sent it separate? Art Sharon. Yes, God's favorite child. Yes. Reach out to me and let's talk. Wealth Builder consultation is $97. Okay, guys, consultation is $97. Text the number and let's talk. All right, consultation is $97. $97. Or you file separately, but no, you're supposed to. You can amend it. You can amend it. Guys, reach out to me, guys. 850-920-3475. Consultation is $97. Let's talk. Let's get you with this process. Remember, if you have a 2-year green card, conditional green card, you need to remove the conditions from it. You can file to do that 90 days before the expiration. If you do not file for the removal, you will be placed in removal proceedings if you fail to do it. The government is not playing. I'm seeing people right now in removal proceedings because they failed to file the removal. All right. Somebody says, I got my combo card. Can I travel back to France after overstaying? It depends. It depends. All right. I'm married. I'm married. My green card is 10 years, but we're no longer together. But I need my citizenship. How long have you had your green card for? Can you reverse the deportation order? Yes, you can. What payment you take? I take all type of payments. Wealth building, whenever you miss them, want money. I take all type of payments. Zelle, Cash App, direct link with your credit card, wire transfer, Western Union, MoneyGram, cash, Apple Pay, Klarna. What the other one name again? Afterpay. Good day. I think I have to move on. Georgia, I don't know what you're texting me on the live. You have my phone number. I've started my I-130 case for my kids in Jamaica. I'm having trouble to finish it. All right, go ahead and reach out to us. The number's above my head. Oh, yes, I forget Venmo. So, yes, Venmo. Oh, we're at 100K, guys. We're at 100K. No, I'm not in New York. I'm in Georgia. But it doesn't matter where I'm at, okay? I've received the receipt and the extension, but I'm wondering why the removal of condition is taking so long. For spousal green card? What about it for spousal green card, Nicole? All right, so guys, we're at 100K likes. That's what we've been trying to get to all day. We've been talking for 1 hour 43 minutes. I'm trying to go for the next 17 minutes. My battery is low, so if I'm gone, you know why. Someone says almost 1 year I applied for the removal of conditions. Oh yeah, that's taking a long time. They're taking a long time. So here's what I would do. If you and your spouse is still together, right? I would amend it to say, you know what? We're still together. It was a prank. And then try to file for naturalization. I'm in removal proceedings or processing removal proceedings with the court, but I got my case with USCIS and I did biometrics. Can approve. So if you're in removal proceedings with the court, and you have a case at USCIS, you gotta make sure that the court is aware of your case at USCIS. All right. My son middle name is spelled wrong on his green card. What should you do? You can send it back to be corrected. It's gonna take some time for you to get it back though. I'm married to a US citizen for the second time, okay? Have you filed anything yet? Lonzo? Guys, no, not yet. I need to. Okay, so if you want us to help you, you could text me 850-920-3475. Guys, remember, yeah, I was gonna say remember the number is up top for you to text 850-920-3475. Can USS grant me a green card because I'm in removal proceedings? You have to get out of removal proceedings for them to grant you the green card. All right, so if you're in removal, you'll have to come out of removal before they can grant you. Someone says, I came on my visa and they gave me 4 months, but I have an emergency and I went back home. Okay. My husband just filed for divorce and I have a 2-year conditional green card. All right, Haley, I'm so sorry to hear that. There are options, though, that you can use to remove the conditions from your green card. If you want help with that, reach out to me, 850-920-3475. How do you come out of removal? So you have to have, like, so you can always, like, file a motion to terminate removal proceedings, but you have to have, like, good evidence or a good basis to get that. All right, how quick can I travel on my visa? I mean, how long ago did you come back? Right, so you have to have good basis, all right, for termination. I'm married to a US citizen and I live in the US, okay? And have you filed your adjustment of status yet or no? Do you charge for consultation? Yes, it's $97. Text the number 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475 to set up your consult. All right, it's $97. Hey, Carlene, thank you so much for tapping the screen for me. Someone says, I got my VAWA I-45 approved last year, February, and still no green card. So you're saying your VAWA was approved and the I-485 was also approved and you did not get the green card? Have you called USCIS? What are they saying? What if I'm married to a United States citizen? Is that a good basis? So if you're married to a United States citizen and you have an approved I-130, then that's a good basis. But the fact that you're married to a United States citizen alone is not not enough. Can I go to Jamaica and get a visitor visa for my daughter to come visit? Do you have a green card? Okay, so yes, so you can always apply for one for your daughter. Let me ask you a question. How old is your daughter? Like, how old is your daughter? 14. So why haven't you guys petitioned for your daughter? Your husband should be able to petition for your daughter. NVC emailed me in March and said within 60 days they will email me about the scheduled date. What do you think? Yeah, within 60 days, let's wait. But you're married to a United States citizen, so why the United States citizen has not filed for your daughter yet? That's what I'm asking. I'm looking into it, but will they give her the visa? Here's the question. You're gonna go and apply for the visa. They're gonna ask number one, why is it that you don't file for him? Why is it that just wasn't? They're gonna ask these questions, because they're gonna know these things. So what was gonna be your answer? Because clearly they know that you're trying to get her a visa so she can come to the US and adjust her status there. They know that too. But I can't tell you whether or not they're going to approve it. But yes, I can tell you that those questions will be asked. Can I travel to the US? Can I travel the US with my EAD? Yes, there's a possibility that you can travel within the US with your EAD, but just be careful of how you're traveling through the airports, okay? My daughter got an interview for I-45. She's 18. My husband filed for her. So yeah, you gotta go to the interview. You gotta go to the interview. All right, my I-130 for my husband was approved, and DNA test and a negative child, not his, can file for the kid. So if the child is not his, he cannot file for the kid. If a person got deported about 11 years now and his child wants to apply for a US visa, is that a problem? I mean, the child can apply for a US visa. Child will be adjudicated on their own merits. All right, guys, we've been talking for a long time. Remember, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, 850-920-3475, text us there and we can talk. I want her to visit, but I know the filing takes long, but they're going to tell you that you have that option and you have to take that option. But listen, don't take my word for it. Apply for the visa and go with her. Because the officer, remember, they make these decisions based on their discretion. They might like you and decide that they're going to approve it. With the interim parole, can I adjust my status without? Yes. Because it means that you had legal entry. Yeah. Can USCIS grant me a work permit because I'm in removal? Yes, they're typically the ones who grant work permits. Yes. All right. Do I need to go to the interview with her? I mean, husband and her can go. Hey, Marla British, good evening. Thank you for coming on. Can I start the filing process and then go get her? You can. I want to have a consultation with you. Okay, no problem. Text the number 850-920-3475 and text, I want to have a consultation with you. And we will send you the link to pick a time on my calendar, okay? If we have pending asylum case, is any effect 601 waiver pending? I don't know what you're asking. Hi, sir. When your case gets approved by USCIS, what's the next step? What type of case did you get approved by USCIS? Do I have to go back home for my green card if I was paroled in the country through the border? No. On the form, item 65, part 2, NB 27, help me please. I don't even remember what part 2 says on the form. Marriage base. So if it's approved, then next step is the green card being printed. After receiving AD from VAWA case, how long should I wait for the green card? So it's taking like 3 to 5 years right now. All right. Jay, I need a skin routine. I want to have a consultation with you. Yes, it costs $97 and you can text the number above my head. My skin routine, I really don't even have one. It's just now, since recently, I've started once per month, I get a facial. Apart from that, it's simple. All right. Somebody says, when H4 visa person gets to school here in the US, how can she get a job after school? Well, she'll need a work permit. Do you take VAWA cases? Yes, I do, Corey. I do. So if you want me to take on your VAWA case, Corey, text me 850-920-3475, okay? Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. My husband just put in put it in his citizenship, can I start the filing for my green card? Well, wait until he gets the citizenship. But you can file the I-130 if you want, but you can also wait for the citizenship. Thank you for answering my questions today. My pleasure. Good evening. I have a question. Can you and your daughter remove conditions on the same form? No, you would need to file separate forms. Thank you so much, Casey. Thank you, Thomas Casey. Thank you. Can I text? Yes, you can text or call the number above my head, guys. Guys, if you have a case and you want me to help you with it, text the number above. Information about eligibility category. Right, so your eligibility category, right? So what do you have pending? How can I apply for a work permit while on the H4, please? You complete the form. If you want us to help you, you reach out to us, 850-920-3475. All right. Adjustment of status. You're married to a U.S. citizen. Sexy Red. Yes, guys, you can call the number up top or you can text it. Sexy Red, you're married to a U.S. citizen. All right, so Sexy Red, the category you're looking for is C09. All right, C09, that's the category you're looking for. Any bad effect on our 601A waiver of asylum reopen again? No? Y'all be asking the same thing every time. It's like you forget that you asked me it already. All right, guys, we are at that time of the day now. So we've been talking for the last 1 hour and 57 minutes. Remember, guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Also, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, the number is above my head. You text that number and we get you the link to book. It's $97 to talk with me. That's not a lot of money at all. I'm sorry. Again, the number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. It's $97, as I said. It's a great investment. Let's talk. Let's look at what your situation is. Let's develop a strategy. Followed today. Thanks for doing this. No problem. Maybe Lynn. No problem. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. I try to do this as often as I can. These 2 hours are very, them hard, right? They're very, very hard. Cause y'all don't have no compassion for me. And so, it's hard. And if I don't do it, y'all curse me out. Y'all do all sort of stuff. So I just gotta just do it, right? But thank you for coming on. Thank you for keeping my company. And again, remember, if you want to, thank you. Yes, Casey, you care for me because you brought me to 120K likes. Thank you for that. All right. Again, guys, one-on-one chat, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920. Carlene, I know you love me because you're always here. Guys, you need to be like Carlene, right? So once Carlene follows me and she tick the notification button. So once I go live, she ups on. She knows that I'm here. All right. Well, thank you so much again, guys. Remember to follow me again if you're seeing me for the first time. Impact with Purpose. Me too. I love you, Jay. Well, I love you too. Thank you so much again for coming on. Remember, text me if you want to book that one-on-one chat. It's $97. All right. Let's get your process started. All of those people that sit down talking about, hey, Jenny, all of those persons sitting down talking about, oh, we thought it was on pause, we couldn't file. Yeah, you can file the I-130. Lock in your priority date. That's important. First Lady Peterson, thank you for coming on today. Love you likewise. Okay. Always show how men to present themselves. Thank you so much. Thick T2. She's tapping away. Thank you so much. Thick T. Thank you so much for all the love and the support. Guys, remember again, 850-920-3475. Again, 850-920-3475. That's the number to text and get your consultation scheduled. Good evening, Word of Wisdom. Thank you for coming on. But guys, it was a pleasure connecting with you for the last 2 hours. I hope you got your question answered. If you didn't, then we still have time. Text us 850-920-3475. If you have a case that you want to get started now, let's get started. Don't waste time. They're still approving green cards. They're placing people in deportation proceedings. Just come on, do your thing. All right. We're here to help you. All right. Remember, 850-920-347 time. Get yourself on the calendar. All right. Let's talk about the situation. Let's see if there's a fix to it. If someone in Florida need any paperwork, they can reach out to me if you have too much. Then Charmian, easy me says you come on my platform and go say, if me have too much work, me fi tell the people and reach out to you. But you know hear them a story of people. Charmian, I have a large team. Actually, one person left the team this week, and yet I still have a large team. I have about 10 people on the team. All right. How do you go about closing an asylum case with USCIS? You can write them. TT is laughing, but I laugh to TT. Because I mean, easy at all. Do you also fill out paperwork for someone on the asylum and wants to travel? Sure. Hire me to replace a team member. So what I did, Carleen, was I didn't need to hire anybody because I split the duties between 2 other persons. But my next hire, I think it really should be you because you've been there, you've been supporting. So text me and let's talk, all right? Does the 39 countries ban DACA percent and renewals? It may. Knowing this company, this country, yeah, it may. But thank you so much again, guys. I'm going to go. Somebody says, can I file I-130 online? Yes, you can. And paper. Yeah. Well, thank you so much again, guys. It's a pleasure. Somebody said, don't move yet. All right, we now move. You want to go to? We're at 130K though. I had asked multiple lawyers and no one knows. Okay. I don't even know what you had asked. Yeah, man, we're at 130K. Well, thank you so much again, guys. Bless you. Keep strong. Keep safe. And we'll talk again pretty soon, okay? Thank you again. Good evening. Walk good. Bye-bye. Jay, I'll know I don't get no call to pay my taxes. May I get in trouble? You gotta pay your taxes before the 15th or you file an extension. All right. I would like to apply for a visa for 10 years for my granddaughter. All right, text me, Jenny, and I get you help to do that. All right, bye-bye, guys. What to do if you don't have anybody can be I-864 support. Do you follow your client's interview? We have an attorney that do that, Janice, yes? I have an attorney that takes care of that. It's 9 months now and I just received my I-761. Just do my biometrics. What's next? You're waiting for interview to be scheduled. Thank you. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Good night.